home, friends. It's Saturday morning, and I've got some work to do. I've got to find room in the room for some of my purchases. Didn't spend a lot, didn't get a lot, just really still trying to organize things. So we left Sunday morning, and there was an estate sale in Gettysburg, something with a G anyway, near Buffalo. It had photos of tons, and I mean tons, of quilts and fabrics. When I got there, 2 rooms were full of gorgeous fabric. Most of them were Civil War reproduction fabrics, which I would have loved to have brought home with me, but the prices were nuts. And the lady who was in charge of that area, those 2 rooms, was kind of a dragon. So this isn't what I got. I have this. This is an art bin that I got at, I don't know, Hobby Lobby, and it has the magnetic sheets in it that I can store my dies on. So I saw this at the sale, and I thought, oh, another art bin. Maybe I need this for more. But you can see it's a different size, and it needs to be cleaned up. But I'll show you what I stuck in the art bin. So I got 2 fat quarters, and this one has birds and butterflies and flowers. Most importantly, roses. So that's a fat quarter, and the whole place was full of fabrics like this. But I just chose 2 fat quarters that had blue in them because I'm kind of in the mood to do blue journals. So this one is it's cotton, but it's like it's been stained and has a toile print on it. So here's some ladies having a glass of wine. Here's a little Cupid, and again, it's a big fat quarter. Do you know what? I think this is bigger than a fat quarter. I think this might be a half yard. Gotta measure now. Not quite a half yard. But this one, definitely fat quarter. So inside this box was this weird little piece of fabric. It says it was $3.75, and it's got a Santa printed on it. It's like a heavy satin. This looks like, you know, you can print you buy these sheets of stuff to iron on to make t-shirts. That's what that feels like, but I'm going to keep it anyway. But look at these little baskets. They're going to be so cute. So she paid $1.50 for those at some point. Those are cute. And it had some other little bits and bobs of lace. This is some hairpins. Why this was in her sewing room, I don't know. but it has hairpins. Some other chunks of pretty lace. Oh, here he comes. Am I in your way? Sorry. There's a bit of that. That's not old, that's current. Some collars. Which are, look at that. Always a good source for lace. I think this is a cuff. That's a totally different shape, but it's the same fabric. This one's modern, but actually even has a tag in it. And this is another. Not in great shape, but there's little, I was going to say it's a butterfly, but I don't think it is. It kind of reminds me of a butterfly. So this, I just put everything in this bin, and I think she said $3. And I said, sure, that's fine. I also got some books there. I'll have to grab those. And then I went outside, and there was a stack of boxes, handkerchief boxes. So I took them, and I ended up buying 4 of them. This one has a, I think that's a W. It's really pretty. And I'm showing you the wrong side of the lace, or the embroidery. There's the right side. Super pretty. I love this. And then there were these ones. And of course, I had to take the paper out that were in the boxes. They have pin marks through them because the handkerchiefs were pinned to them. Look at this tissue paper. I only kept 2 of the lids. Let me go grab those 3 books that I got, and I'll show you the lids. So this one has a Christmas print on it, and on the back it says R.H. Macy & Co. Bring that up so you can see it. 34th and Broadway. This one, it's textured like the box has been painted. Like I can feel the paint. So maybe it was stenciled? But I thought, oh, that's interesting. Anyway, here's 3 books. I did have these on Instagram earlier this week, so maybe you already saw them. This one, all I saw was the cat, and I went wild. So this is $18.99, and it's just little stories about animals. Cats and dogs and other animals. This one is called Meg's Friend, and it is super old. Books were $3. I thought I saw a date in here. Maybe not. So this was completely in pieces, and I said to the woman who was writing up my slip, I said, if you charge me $3 for that book, I am going to be livid. So she only charged me, I want to say she charged me $5 for all three. And then this little beauty, $18.92. And it's just, there's Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk, Cinderella. But it's the cover that I really enjoy. So whether I'll do one about fairies or whether I'll do one about nursery stories, fairy tales, I don't know. Anyway, oh, I forgot to say this art bin, the one that's too small to put my die thingers in it. I'm going to store my embossing plates. So I'm going to take a break for now. I'll come back, but I'm going to take a break so I can get these things organized and off my desk. There was stuff in this little box. I just kept the box because I thought, hey, maybe I could switch my meatball box to something a little more attractive. All right. I was going to say maybe I should just post this video, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to pause and clean up, come back, we'll talk some more. Okay, so yesterday was Friday, and I went to an estate sale in Rochester, near Rochester, and it was fill a bag for $10. There wasn't a lot left, and I just, randomly chose stuff that I thought I would use, and carried on. So one of the things I got was this milk glass pedestal jar. It would have had a lid, but the lid was gone. But I couldn't resist the roses and the little bows. These are all hand painted. And I'll probably take that to work and use it as a candy dish or something. Got this piece of trim, so it's got this velvet ribbon going through the center. I thought that was kind of pretty. I have to get it all sorted out. There's probably a yard and a half there or something. Two rolls of this gold colored organdy ribbon. I got this decorative border, and I got it because it looked vintage to me. I mean, it's not super old, but let's see. But just the color and the theme seemed a little vintage to me. So, what the hey. I got another border as well. This one just has these pretty, I mean, this does look vintage to me because it's got like the bamboo and the colors. To me that speaks very 1940s. Again, it's not. Although it's called vintage. Made in Canada. Made in Brampton. Well, there you go. Did the other one say vintage too? No, it didn't. But this one did. So it's definitely in a vintage style. Got somebody's high school diploma. from 1961. This little book. Deborah and Clifford. It's just got these pretty little images. Got this Filthy Dirty scoop. It's a metal scoop. I'll have to clean it up. I thought it was cute. Got some command strips. We use these at the office all the time. We're always helping somebody put up pictures or their diplomas or whatever, so I'll have to take that to work. Got this tiny little plastic deer. Christmas ornament. I got these two tiny little jars. They have sequins in them. I don't need the sequins, but I thought the jars were an adorable size for storing things. Giant spray can of starch. And I got this enamelware bin. It needs to be cleaned up, of course. And let's say it's 14 by 8.5-ish. So for me, this enamel bin was worth the $10 all day long. Stuff back. And then the last thing I got was this book called The Poetic Home. And it's a large book. And it has lots of these engraved sort of images. Pictures of the domestic life. So I wouldn't have bought this if it wasn't more or less free to me, because I just stuck it in the bag. That's nice. I like that. So there's some fussy cutting to be done, maybe. Anyway, it's, like I said, it's a big book, so over 350 pages. Anyway, so that's what I got at that, that estate sale. Let me put all this stuff away. Okay, so another sale that I went to yesterday near Rochester. I went a little overboard and I bought these two journals. So this first one is marked journal. Notice it has an apostrophe instead of an A. It's a leather-bound book, and this was, I'll bring it up closer to the camera after I read this. This was a farm ledger for an E.H. Hutchinson from Cayuga, New York, for 1857 to 1897. I know the sunshine's just pouring through the window, so in a wind paper. So it has all the details of who he paid money to. He supplies he bought, if he hired somebody, if he borrowed money, if he loaned money. These pages have like a purple ink. These have like black. Some of the pages are quite pale. What's this? Oh, 48.5 pounds of flowers. Cash, 25 cents. 3 cents. Oh. I don't know. 1 pound of candles. 1 pound of butter. 41 pounds shoulder. 45.5 flour. Dozen eggs. 8 pounds of beef. Oh, okay, so it would be 7 cents a pound. So 8 times 7 is 56. So whether that's a sale he made, I think it's a sale. But agreed with Jonathan Hafer. I got ahead of myself, to work by the month from April 1st to December 1st, 1858 at $18 per month. He boarding himself. Also agreed to let him have house and garden and 2 apple trees at $30 per year. Memo. Jonathan expects to work next Monday or Tuesday. Commence. He expects to commence. So there he's hiring someone to help on the farm. Couple blank pages, not very many. This one, the spine is gone. And this one has these marbled end papers. Oh, upside down. $18.51. And the lines in the journal are beautiful brown. And I'm trying to read it. It has a lot of names. Beautiful script writing for the names. Alva Norton. Cornelius Riley, D. Sherwood, Mason Howlett, Stephen Rice, Brayton, Abel Willard. Anyway, I was reading it yesterday, and it looks like maybe a store of some kind, but it talks about shoes and boots mostly. So I don't know for sure. But I love the brown ink. Some pages have less writing. And then the back, all blank. And I know this sunshine is affecting the appearance, but the the horizontal lines look like a pale green, and then the vertical lines are like a red, rusty red color. And these are, let's measure, just shy of 12 inches. So 11 and 13/16, and 7.5 inches wide. And there, of course, there was some little bits and notes tucked in. There was this these receipts. This one was, I think it was to take a horse to transport a horse. And in case you were thinking, but Nancy, you can't possibly use all that ledger. You're right. I packed some up so that I can share. If you're seeing this video, it is on my Etsy shop. So the one that has the brown lines, this is the one that I thought was like a shoe manufacturer or something. That has the brown lines. There's 4 full folios. So when I say folio, I mean it's a double page that's been put in, folded in half and put in the ledger. So each package has 4 full folios. All of these have writing on them. I also have some brown stripy ones that are just blank. And there's 5 full folios in there. And then the one from Farmer Hutchinson. Let me just describe these a little. So the lines are sort of a gray-blue color. And then on the credit side is, I imagine these were pink or red at one time, but now they're brown. And then over here with the date lines, it's brown. Some of these are going to have different color inks. Let's see if I can find a purple one. Oh, there's a purple one. So, that's them. But I do have a little more paper to share. Okay, so I have these receipts. And each package has a triplicate receipt. So, this is just looking to see if there's a date. I imagine these are 1940s-ish. And they're from King George Canning Company. So I could probably look that up, in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Then there's this tissue one with the number on it, and then the final canary colored one. So each package has 5 triplicate receipts. I don't have very many. And then in this one is for City Bakery, which was also in Fredericton, and this was also 1940s. Each one, they're duplicates, but some of the receipts themselves were torn or ripped off. So I just made sure that there was 5 black ones in each one and 5 red ones in each one. So the red one would have been the duplicate. And on the back of the black one, it has this little for health they eat Betty Lewis bread. And I don't have very many of those, but... And finally, I have a little bit of, it says it's erasable bond paper, typewriter paper. And I have sheets of, or packages of 10, and it is 25% rag. It's a nice paper, and said that there was 100 sheets in here, but it was closer to 40. So I only have 4 packages, but I know every time I've had this kind of paper in my Etsy shop before, it's gone right away. So if you're interested in paper, go over and take a look at my Etsy shop. Just know that you're going to want to come back again tomorrow, because there's going to be lace, like magnificent lace. Thanks so much for joining me today. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.